Mariam had spent her entire life learning one difficult art: how to love without expecting anything back. Her small house carried the warmth of her prayers and the silence of her sacrifices. The walls had cracks, the furniture was old, but every corner smelled of patience and motherhood. She had raised her son Adam alone after his father's early death, stitching clothes at night and wiping tears in the morning before Adam woke up. Adam was her world. She remembered how she used to skip meals so her son could eat properly, how she sold her wedding bangles to pay his school fees, how she stood outside the exam hall, whispering du'as while her feet ached and her eyes burned under the sun. And when Adam grew into a successful young man, Mariam believed Allah had finally answered her prayers. "Now my son will have his own life," she often said softly, "but I will always remain his mother." She never imagined how painful those words would become. Adam's marriage to Sophia was celebrated with joy and hope. Sophia was beautiful, educated, and spoke gently in front of elders. Everyone praised Mariam for choosing such a good bride. Mariam welcomed Sophia with an open heart. "This house is yours now, Beta," she said lovingly on the first day. "I am not your mother-in-law, I am your second mother." Sophia smiled, but smiles can lie. The first few weeks passed peacefully. Guests came, laughter echoed, and Adam seemed happy. Mariam stayed quiet, careful not to interfere. She woke early, cooked for everyone, and slept late after cleaning the kitchen. Slowly, things began to change. It started with small words. She didn't like the breakfast, Sophia told Adam one morning. "She enters our room without knocking." Another day, "She wants control over everything," Sophia whispered at night. Maryam didn't know any of this. She only knew that Sophia had started avoiding her. Plates were pushed back without being touched. Greetings became cold, and silence filled the home where laughter once lived. Mariam tried harder. She cooked Sophia's favorite meals. She stayed in her room more, afraid of being a burden. She spoke less, smiled more, but nothing was enough. One evening, Sophia cried in front of Adam. "She insults me," she sobbed. "She wants to separate us. She tells people lies about me." Adam was shocked. "My mother can never do that," he said at first, but Sophia cried louder. "You always choose her," she said. "You never understand me." And slowly, doubt entered Adam's heart, not because he saw his mother do wrong, but because he stopped listening to her truth. From that day, Sophia's accusations became daily poison. "She broke my things. She talked badly about my parents. She wants us to fail." Every accusation hurt Adam's trust. Every word stabbed Mariam's heart. Adam never asked his mother for clarification. He never sat beside her and said, "Ami, is this true?" Instead, he chose silence. Mariam noticed the change in her son. The way he avoided her eyes. The way his tone became cold. The way respect slowly disappeared. One day Adam shouted, "Why can't you just stay away from our life?" he said angrily. Mariam froze. Her lips trembled. Her heart shattered. "I never meant to hurt anyone," she whispered. "You are my son, my only son." But Adam had already turned away. That night, Mariam cried quietly into her pillow, begging Allah to take away her pain, not her son. Sophia grew bolder. She insulted Mariam openly now, knowing Adam would remain silent. "Old people should know their limits," she said once at dinner. Mariam lowered her gaze. Adam said nothing. Neighbors noticed the tension. Some tried to advise Adam. "She is your mother," they said. "Be careful." But Sophia played the victim perfectly. "She is turning everyone against me." She told Adam, "I can't live like this." Adam was tired, confused, emotionally trapped, and then, one day, Sophia gave him a choice. "Either we leave this house," she said coldly, "or I leave you." Adam looked at his mother. Mariam stood in the corner, her hands shaking, her eyes begging silently not to be chosen, but not to be abandoned. Adam made the decision that would haunt him forever. Adam packed his bags. Sophia stood satisfied. Mariam watched quietly. No arguments, no drama, no curses. Just a mother watching her son walk away from the house where she had given him everything. As Adam stepped out, Mariam finally spoke. "May Allah keep you happy, Beta," she said softly. "That is all I ever wanted." Adam didn't look back. The door closed. And with it, Mariam's world collapsed. The house became unbearably silent. No footsteps, no voices, no reason to cook. Mariam stopped eating properly. Her health declined. Fever came and went. Weakness took over her body. Still, she prayed for Adam every day. She never called him. "I don't want to disturb his happiness," she told herself. Weeks passed, months passed, and then one night Mariam collapsed alone in her room, clutching her chest, whispering her son's name. One evening, Adam overheard a conversation. Sophia was arguing with a friend. "I lied," Sophia said angrily. "I needed him away from that woman." Adam felt the ground slip beneath his feet. "You lied," he asked. Sophia went silent. Everything suddenly made sense. The coldness, the accusations, the tears. Adam rushed out of the house, heart pounding, regret screaming inside him. "I need to see my mother," he whispered, fear choking his voice. Adam reached his old house. Lights were off. Neighbors gathered outside. Someone looked at him with sad eyes. "Son." The man said softly, "You're too late." Adam pushed past everyone. He entered the house he had abandoned. Mariam lay still, peaceful, silent. Gone, gone, Adam screamed. The soil was fresh. Adam fell to his knees. I'm sorry, Amy, he cried. I believed lies. I failed you. But graves don't answer. Only regret does, and it never leaves. Adam could not remember how long he sat beside his mother's body. The house smelled the same old wood, prayer mats, and memories, but everything felt lifeless. The woman who once filled the home with warmth now lay wrapped in silence. Her face looked peaceful, as if pain had finally released her. Adam touched her cold hand. Amy, I came back, he whispered, his voice shaking. I understood everything. Please open your eyes. But mothers who die from heartbreak do not wake up. The funeral prayer was offered before sunrise. Neighbors stood quietly. Some whispered prayers. Some shook their heads in sadness, not just for Mariam's death, but for how she died. Adam stood in the last row. He did not deserve the front. Every Amin felt like a slap. Every tear felt fake compared to the pain he carried inside. He remembered how his mother used to say, a mother's heart breaks quietly, Beta. No one hears the sound. Now he understood. Too late. When they lowered her into the grave, Adam collapsed. I should be there instead of you, he cried. You gave me life, and I gave you loneliness. The soil covered her, and with it Adam's peace. After the burial, everyone left. Adam stayed behind. He walked through the empty rooms like a stranger. Every corner reminded him of something he had ignored. The kitchen where Mariam used to wait for him late at night. The prayer mat still folded, still facing the Qibla. The small shelf where she kept his childhood. Photos. Adam found an old notebook under her pillow. His hands trembled as he opened it. It was not a diary of complaints. It was a diary of prayers. Why, Ya Allah, protect my son and his wife. Why, Ya Allah, keep Adam happy, even if I am alone. Ya Allah, forgive Sophia if she hurts me. She doesn't know my love. Adam dropped the notebook. He screamed like a child. My mother was asking forgiveness for the woman who destroyed her. He cried for the first time in his life. Adam hated himself. Sophia called him again and again. Adam did not answer. He finally returned to the house. He had chosen over his mother. Sophia smiled when she saw him. You saw her, right? She asked casually. Now you'll move on. Adam looked at her, really looked at her. You killed my mother, he said quietly. Sophia laughed nervously. I didn't touch her, she said. Don't be dramatic. Adam's voice shook. You poisoned my mind. You humiliated her. You made me abandon her. Sophia rolled her eyes. She was old, sick. It would have happened anyway. That sentence ended everything. Adam slapped the wall so hard his hand bled. Get out, he said. Sophia froze. This house, this marriage, this life, Adam continued, tears streaming, was built on my mother's tears. I don't want it. Sophia shouted. She threatened. She cried. Adam felt nothing. He had already lost everything. Adam left that house too, but this time he left alone. He rented a small room near the graveyard. Every morning he went to his mother's grave. Every night he returned broken. He talked to her like she was alive. I know you forgave me, Amy, he said one night, but I can't forgive myself. He stopped smiling. He stopped dreaming. Success meant nothing without her prayers. Food had no taste. Sleep brought nightmares. People tried to comfort him. She was old, some said. You didn't know, others added. Adam shook his head. I knew, he replied. I just chose not to listen. That was his punishment. Awareness. He began helping old mothers in the neighborhood, buying medicines, carrying groceries, sitting beside lonely women who reminded him of Mariam, but every face ended the same way. None of them were her. One rainy evening, a neighbor visited him. She gave me this, the woman said, handing him an envelope. She asked me to give it to you if something happened to her. Adam opened it slowly. Inside was a single line, written in shaky handwriting. My dear son, if you are reading this, please don't cry. I forgave you long before you asked. Just promise me one thing. Never let another mother cry because of you. Adam pressed the letter to his chest and cried like a man who had lost not just his mother but his soul. Years passed. Adam never remarried. He never returned to the life he once chose. Every Eid, every birthday, every achievement, he came to the grave first. I wish I had chosen you, he whispered each time. I wish I had been a better son. The grave remained silent, but somewhere beyond this world, a mother smiled, because even in regret, her son had finally learned love. Time did not heal. Adam. It only taught him how to live with pain. The world moved on, people married, children were born, houses filled with laughter, but Adam remained stuck at one moment in life. The day he chose silence over his mother's tears. Every morning began the same way. He woke up before performed ablution, and walked slowly toward the graveyard. Cold wind brushed his face, and the sound of birds reminded him of how life continued without waiting for regret. Mariam's grave was always cleaned out. Adam cleaned it himself. He sat beside it, as if sitting next to her bed like he used to when she was sick as a child. Except this time, the child was him. Ammi, he whispered one morning. Do you remember when I was scared of the dark? He smiled sadly. You used to say, I am here. Nothing can harm you. Now I am scared again. and you are not here." Tears fell on the soil. "I was blind," he continued. "I let lies become louder than your silence. I thought being a good husband meant being a careless son." He pressed his forehead against the ground. "But Allah taught me a lesson using you, and that is the punishment I will carry until my last breath." Adam bought back his mother's old house, not to live in it, but to keep it alive. He didn't change anything. The curtains stayed the same. The prayer mat stayed folded. The kitchen utensils remained untouched. Some nights he sat alone in the dark, imagining her footsteps. "Ami," he called softly once. Only silence replied. That silence screamed louder than any argument he had ever had with Sophia. One afternoon, there was a knock on the door. Adam opened it. Sophia stood there, older, tired, no confidence left in her eyes. "I heard you bought this house again," she said quietly. Adam looked at her without anger, just emptiness. "I didn't come to argue," she added. "I came to say, I regret everything." Adam stepped aside, letting her see inside the house. "This house," he said calmly, "was built on my mother's prayers, and destroyed by my weakness." Sophia's eyes filled with tears. "I didn't know it would end like this," she whispered. Adam nodded. "Neither did my mother," he replied. Sophia left this time. Adam did not stop her. Years later, Adam fell ill. Doctors said it was stress, loneliness, and years of emotional burden. He smiled bitterly. "My mother warned me," he said. "A heart cannot carry guilt forever." One night, as he lay on his bed, he dreamed of Mariam. She stood young, smiling, peaceful. "Ami," he cried. She placed her hand on his head just like before. "My son," she said softly, "your punishment is not regret. Your punishment was living without me." Adam woke up crying, but for the first time, his heart felt light. Adam donated his house to turn it into a home for abandoned mothers, women whose sons had forgotten them, mothers whose tears were unseen on the wall. He placed a simple line. "A mother's silence is not weakness, it is love waiting to be understood." Adam lived simply, served quietly, and waited patiently. A son returns home on his last day. Adam asked to be taken to Mariam's grave. He sat beside it, weaker than ever. "I'm coming home, Ami," he whispered. "I hope you will forgive me one last time." A gentle wind passed out as if someone had answered. Adam closed his eyes, and for the first time since his childhood he slept peacefully. People said, Adam died quietly. No pain, no struggle, no unfinished words, as if his soul had been waiting for permission to leave and finally received it. They buried him beside Mariam. A son returned to his mother, not in life, but in rest. Those who attended the funeral noticed something strange. There were more old mothers than young people, women with wrinkled hands, eyes heavy with untold stories, mothers whose sons lived but were far away. They cried not just for Adam but for themselves. The house Adam had turned into a shelter continued to live. Mothers cooked together, prayed together, healed together. At sunset, they sat in the courtyard and shared stories of sons who once held their hands and promised never to leave. On one wall hung two framed photos. Mariam smiling softly, Adam, eyes lowered, peaceful below them. A final message Adam had written before his death. "If you are reading this, please go home today and sit beside your mother before regret becomes your only companion." Many visitors left that house wiping tears. Some went straight to their mothers. Some went straight to graves. Sophia's silence years later. Sophia visited the graveyard. She stood at a distance. She did not cry loudly. She did not fall to her knees. Her punishment was different. She had everything once, a husband, a home, respect, and lost it all because she mistook control for love. She placed a single flower between two graves and walked away, carrying a lesson she would teach no one. A mother's victory. Mariam never complained. She never cursed. She never defended herself. Yet in the end, truth defended her. Her tears did not go unseen. Her silence was not wasted. Allah returned her son to her, cleansed by regret, softened by loss, worthy of forgiveness. Final words for every son. A mother may forgive you while alive, but the grave will never answer your apology. If your mother is breathing, go hug her. If she is silent, listen carefully. And if she is gone, remember Adam, and don't become his story.